What's up, here is Shai. Today I decided to give you a couple of tips on how to use your action cam so that your movies will be beautiful, dynamic, enjoyable for you and others, and also you will be able to analyze many things from your ride. I said 3 tips, it will be more, but those will focus mostly on the view, the sound, and the third is a group of some technical advices. It will be mostly about the chest mount, I'm going to tell you why in a second, but also about how can you actually use the stick legally and with no safety issues, on your bike, as many cycling vloggers do. I never do that and I don't recommend doing it. First off, I'm using chest mount because it will give us the most dynamic and perfect views on the bike, in my opinion, because you will see your controls, you will see your braking, you will see your shifting, you will see also your bike leaning in the corners, which looks so great both on MTB and road bike. So the chest mount is really good. Disadvantage, you have something additional on you, so if it's really hot, it can bother some people. It doesn't bother me because I love the way I'm filming my ride. So first one, the view. It's really good to know how to set up your camera so that the view around you will be just perfect. Your arms won't be bothering the whole field of view, so that you should know how to use your settings of the GoPro camera. So I'm gonna hop up on the Super 6 and then we'll show you how does the field look like in different settings. Here is the first setting. I'm sitting on my road bike Super 6 with a narrow bars, but you can still barely see my palms and my arms also, because this is the narrow setting. So this is full HD narrow setting. This is the linear setting. As you can see, much more of my arms are visible here. Everything is much further away from us. You can see also my cockpit. If the bars were like MTB bars, you would not still see my arms. This is the medium setting, so quite similar to the linear one. You can see my arms, but I think the view is a bit closer to us. And this is the wide setting. You can see much more. You will also have much more of the fisheye effect here. So that's your view. For the MTB handlebars, my arms would not really bother us so much, because now we don't see quite of our field because of my arms. So this is the wide field of view, and this is the super view field of view. So it's only the super view section on your GoPro 4 camera will only have the wide setting. You can see much more with the wide MTB handlebars. You will be able to see a lot what's going on around us. I think for the road use it would be also okay to use this one, but you just choose what you want to see and what you want to record. Okay, so these were different settings on your camera. Additional tip here is the lens on the GoPro camera isn't centrally located on your camera. So if you want to have really centered look on your field of view, just make sure that the lens is just in the center of your body and not just your GoPro mount. So that is really important. Remember also that when you are on the road bike, you can ride on the drops, you can ride on the hoods, and then the field of view changes a lot. So if you're trying to be more aero on the drops on your bike, make sure you will readjust the camera, and you have to learn that. Before you just sit on the bike and hit record button, it's good to use the preview on your smartphone. It is really good idea to have it like that. So I'm always using it just before I start recording, and then I turn off the Wi-Fi because it takes some energy from the battery. So I just set up the camera and then go without the Wi-Fi. And also, if you're riding in the wet, make sure that you have maybe something with you, or at least your gloves, and you clean the lens of your camera, because it can just, ruin everything you are filming. If you want to see yourself while filming, you can use this stick, which is so good, but instead of just, carrying it in your hand, which I do not recommend for any cyclist ever, maybe sometimes in the forest, on the trails with no other people or cyclists, but you can do a trick, which I'm using on my not only road bikes. I'm putting the aero extension on the bar, then I'm taping my stick to the aero extension, and I can film myself. You've seen that on my Cycling Academy movies, and it works so good for vlogging. So using a stick and a tape on the aero extension, I can also put this extension on my FSI MTB bike, no problem. It's gonna be awesome. Just make sure that it's not too long, because it will be quite twitchy then, and you don't go over some really hard bumps, because your view won't be very, very good. And also then it's really good idea to use the frame and the external mic, because otherwise you will only hear on such mount, you will hear on the stick just the sound of your drivetrain, the bike, and it doesn't sound good at all. The second part is the sound. Once more, you can use different settings on your camera. You can use the camera with additional backpack, which I'm not going to show you because it's on the camera right now, but then we are using different back doors for our camera, for the GoPro at least. So you can have the larger ones that will have space for the backpack, waterproof, and also opened ones, and the sound is really different. First off, if you put the backpack on the camera, the sound will be different, not as good as without it. Secondly, if you put the water resistant or waterproof backdoor, the sound won't be really good if you want to be talking to your camera. So you can also try to use the frame, the open frame, just mount it on the chest mount, and then you can use also external mic, as I'm doing right now, so the sound is quite okay. But I've broken some frames already, so these are not really durable for some extreme riding. Just make sure you know that. And now I'm gonna just put different settings with the backpack, without it, and you will hear me without the external microphone. How does it sound? Once more, if you are using those backdoors on this type of mount, you're not gonna be able to put the external mic on it. This is the sound with the backpack and the back door fully waterproof, so closed. This is the sound with the backpack and the back door opened. This is the sound without the backpack, so no additional battery on the back of the camera, and the doors fully waterproof. And finally the sound without the backpack and the back door opened, so skeleton. And two technical advices. Advice number one, if you're using your strap for the heart rate monitor, make sure your strap will be a little bit higher than normally, and your chest mount will be a little bit lower than normally. Then the transmitter won't bother your chest mount. Make sure you do it before the race, during your warm-up, and you're all set up if you're gonna be racing and filming it. That's one thing. Another thing, chest mount means the worst cooling for your camera. And if I'm racing for 1.5 hours and I'm using also the backpack, which is very bad for warming up of your camera, sometimes the camera would just turn off, and then you just don't simply assume that, oh, my battery is gone or my memory is gone. Just turn it on after a minute or so and it should work. So just know that it's not gonna be cooling down very well if it's hot weather. The mount for your helmet would be much better, but it looks like it's not really stable and it's not that dynamic in my opinion. And also the handlebar mount would be better for cooling of your camera. On some road bikes, like I'm watching Vegan Cyclist, cheers to you, Tyler, very good job. He's using the camera mount on his handlebars, and for a road bike it looks okay, but for MTB, chest mount is the best. Okay, these are the tips. Let us know in the comments what tricks you are using to have the best shots of your cycling, and thank you for watching. See ya.